everybody, it's good to see you. Today is Thursday, so that means it's art day. Remember, when you watch the video, I'll get the green check to know that you watch it. When you're here at school, I will take your role. So get everything ready, clear your desk or wherever you need to work at home, and get your art supplies ready. Remember, whatever you have, markers, crayons, pens, colored pencils, whatever, anything will work, okay? So make sure you send me your pictures. I love seeing them. You're doing an awesome job. So let's get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready. Okay, get your sketchbooks out and let's really quick go through. You're doing such an awesome job. And if we go to our first page of our sketchbook, we did our contour lines. Contour lines make things appear three-dimensional. It gives them volume. Next, we did Baby Devon's climbing tree. And that's just a fun trick where we used our straight lines and used our contour lines to make it look like it went in and out. It was like a magic trick. It was awesome. That's one of my favorite tricks. Then we worked on foreshortening circles. A circle is two-dimensional. It is flat. But if I take that circle and I stretch it out, like you stretch your stomach out, that's foreshortening. That's an art word for three-dimensional when you're going from a 2D to a 3D. If it's stretched out and is three-dimensional, it's always going to have shading. And if we go dark to light, we've learned that that is value. So here I have a 2D circle, and I put my foreshortened circles, which are three-dimensional. By putting the tubes in, the contour lines, it makes it look like it's going in and out. This one was the rhino, the flag. And here we worked with that peekaboo line. That's overlapping. This is in front, this is in back. Anytime you have overlapping, you make things look three-dimensional. And here we have the shading too, because there is overlap. And then we did our cylinder. We talked about the horizon line where the sky meets the ground. Again, we have shading. And remember, this is a foreshortened circle. If it's a 3D foreshortened circle, we could not connect with a straight line. It's three-dimensional. And this is the cast shadow. And then we did our birthday cake. And that's always a lot of fun. And you guys were awesome with this. You caught on to this one right away. You're getting that foreshortened circle, the cast shadow, the shading. I had kids that put flags on top and foreshortened circles for doors and windows. Very good job. And here's the horizon line, which is the table. Remember, things sit below the horizon line. They don't sit on the horizon line. Think about the cake. If you had put the horizon line here, the cake would fall off. Things sit below it. We don't live in Chicken Little Land where the sky is here, the earth is flat, and the sky is going to fall. It's round. Okay, then we worked on our hippo tables. Y'all are doing a very good job with these. I like the shading, and you really got good with that foreshortened circle, and the leg of the table is sitting in the middle. Remember, a lot of times I draw that foreshortened circle, and it's not in the middle. Well, I'll have to change it and get my foreshortened circle in the middle. That's fine. And I had you draw 3 in a row. And then we're going to work on, after this, turning them. But probably, if you're here in the classroom with me, I'm going to have you continue to work on these for a little bit, okay? But then we're going to move on. And what we're going to move on today is we're going to move on to taking a contour line and going around the tree. Now, I could turn this into a snake head up here, or I could turn it into a spiral and it adds some leaves, and it could be a vine going around the tree. Well, we're going to work on this today, twisting around. I'm going to show you the secret trick to that. We've got the shading on our tree. We have the overlapping going on, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It's a really fun trick. It's kind of like Baby Devon's climbing tree. I think it's another fun trick, because what we're going to be making is a rainforest. We're going to be making a rainforest, and oh, here, you can see here, see my vine? My vine going up the tree? These are some, oh, here, it's left over a student. There's a snake. See the snake in the tree? And this was all done with line patterns. Remember I told you after we did our contour lines, we're going to go into our straight lines. So we're going to work on drawing this today in line patterns. Next week we will continue with the line patterns, and I'll show you how to add the colors. So this time our lesson's going to take 2 weeks, okay? We're not adding color this week. We will add color next week, and maybe even still be working on the line patterns next week. So, but to start with, let's learn the new trick of wrapping that snake or that vine around the tree. I'm going to draw it right here first for you so you can see. Here's my tree, and kind of think of it like Baby Devin's climbing tree. Remember I told you how that would be so important? It's like a base for a lot of things that are going to go on. You're going to start with half a donut. Half a donut. Now, the inside becomes the outside of the donut. The outside becomes the inside of the donut. And I'm starting weaving around. Now, like I said, if I want to put a snake here, head here, I could. This is in front, so now it's going to go behind. The inside of the donut becomes the outside. The outside of the donut becomes the inside. All right, back, front, back. Now I have to come in front. The inside becomes the outside, and the outside becomes the inside. And I overlapped in front, so I have to erase. Kind of a funny tree there, isn't it? Now I could weave this on around and turn it into a vine. Nope, that would go behind. It would come out behind. Or I could turn it into the snake, whichever one I wanted. So, on your sketchbook, I'll get mine ready here. Where did I put? Here's my paper. And let me see if you can see this if I draw with a pencil. All right, here's my tree. Okay? Now I'm going to draw half a donut. Half a donut. This was behind. If you want to put the snake head there, you can to make you see it. So this is behind, so this is in front. So the inside becomes the outside becomes the inside. And I'm going to erase where it overlapped. Okay? Back, front, I now am overlapping behind. The inside becomes the outside becomes the inside. Back, front, back. The inside becomes the outside. Oh, that one comes in front. The outside becomes the inside. And erase. Back, front, back. The inside becomes the outside becomes the inside. Then I can continue however I want to continue it, whether turn it into a vine or turn it into a snake. So I want you to practice this right now in your sketchbook because you can add that to your rainforest pictures, okay? So in your sketchbook, and you add your shading to your tree. Remember, values going dark to light. So let's go to dark, medium, light, dark, medium, light. You're going to take your tissue. I have a paper towel right here. And remember, you're going to blend it together. Now, I have some kids too that when they do this, they like to decorate their snake, and you can do that also. But I want you to work on this in your sketchbook, okay? This was very handy. That can be right here because it's a tree. I could also turn to a rope, a string, whatever I want in drawing to weave things going in and out and around, kind of like a string. So it's one contour line going around, okay? So I want you to practice that in your sketchbook, okay? And send me pictures. I love to see what you're doing in your sketchbooks because I love my sketchbook. Okay, so good job. So let's go on, and we're going to start today. Let's find where Miss Owens put it. On our, here it is, Rainforest. We're going to draw two trees. The branches are overlapped. I added mine's a vine right here. I added a horizon line. And I have lots of overlapping. Now, instead of the shading, we're going to do line patterns. And I have all different kinds of line patterns that you can use. Now, if you're at home looking at this, you can copy these down, you can screenshot it, you can do whatever you need to do to copy the line patterns. We're probably going to take a couple times to work on that. So, to start with, you're going to take your paper and you're going to draw it with a pencil. Let me show you. It'd be better if I did it with a paper, I think. I'm sorry. I never know which is the best way to show you. Okay, with a pencil. When you draw the tree, it's a contour line, a contour line. Now, a tree doesn't sit on the horizon line, and a tree does not grow like this. I would not draw a tree and its roots are like this, okay? It's on top of the ground, below the horizon line. So my line is gonna, 1, 2, it's flat on the ground there. You see that? Probably I should do that in a marker so you can see. And I tell kids, in nature, think of odd numbers, not even numbers. But look, this line is parallel to the ground. It's not going straight down like this. These are the roots of the tree. And the third one, whichever side you want it to go on. To draw the limbs of the tree, think of the letter V. And they're not straight. There's 1, 2, 3. The letter V, not straight up, the V, 3. If you want to add some smaller branches coming off of that, you can. Now we're going to do another tree, but it's a little bit in the background. This one's on the foreground. We're going to put one a little bit in the background. Again, I'm overlapped here. Can't see over there because that's behind the tree. Now this gets fun because there'll be lots of overlapping. Here's my first limb of my V, and this one I have to go stop, peekaboo, stop, peekaboo. And there I have my 2 trees. Then you can, oh, we need our horizon line. Remember, it's not down here, it's up above. Now, if you want to add a snake or vine, you can. Half a donut in front. Now, I'm not going to be able to erase because I'm using a black marker. Front, this one's going to be behind. This one's going to be in front. This one's going to be behind. And then in front. Okay? And I could turn that into a snake or a vine, whatever I want to. If you want to add, now these are real involved, we're not making them that big. If you want to add a plant or something in the background, you can do that. Or a flower, whatever you want, okay? Now, straight lines, I really like. Line patterns make things look busy. This has 1, 2, 3 trees in, but it looks like a lot because there's patterns. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 trees, but it looks like a whole rainforest because of all the patterns. So, start wherever you want to start and just make patterns. If you have black markers, that's awesome. Black colored pencils, that's awesome. If you don't, you can just do it in pencil. It can be a pencil drawing just like our baby shark in a fishbowl and like our sea creatures are. It doesn't have to be with markers. But you want to go one pattern at a time. And fill up your trees, your flower, and don't worry about the sky or the ground. We just want to add all the patterns to the tree and our flower, okay? Then next week, we will add finish the line patterns, and then I'll show you how you can add color to it. It might stay like this. Now, I have 2 trees. Some of you are so awesome, you could put a 3rd tree back there. This one has 3 trees back there. Just remember to stop, peekaboo, but it's kind of fun to get all that overlapping going on. See that? See all that overlapping going on? It's a lot of fun to do that, okay? And again, go back and stop the video. Look at all the different patterns that you can use on your trees, okay? Bamboo is my favorite. And of course, there's a rainbow. The contour lines like we've done on our tubes are awesome because that really makes your tree look 3-dimensional. Checkerboards are good. You know, I love spirals, zigzags. That's a snake pattern. A lot of kids like to put those patterns on their snake. But you can invent your own pattern, okay? But the more patterns you have, the busier it's gonna look, okay? So, I don't expect you to color. I will show you next week. So, send me your pictures of either your pencil drawings like this or your black and white drawing. It doesn't matter, whichever one you want to do, okay? So, I hope you have a lot of fun with this. It's a little challenging, and like I said, when I did it, I have to erase a lot. That overlapping and going in, and the snake, you have to overlap a lot. So when you do draw it, draw lightly so you can erase. If you choose to do the pencil drawing, then you can come back and darken it up, okay? So send me how far we get. Remember, this is gonna take 2 times to finish. So keep it in a very, very safe place, okay? And I will see you next week. Bye.